Hi, insightful individuals. I have been wondering if I should make this video because I don't know if it's very significant, so take it with a grain of salt. Um, but I've been seeing so many people sharing their dreams, and my dreams kind of correspond with theirs. So I thought, well, if we're one body of Christ, then we might help each other out, right? So, yeah, I'm going to tell you a few of my dreams that I think have a bit more significance than just being dreams. And three of them are when I was really little, and then the others are recently, and I'll tell them chronologically. If I like forget or um, kind of change little details, I'll try obviously to keep it as accurately as possible. But yeah, some of them were a long time ago, and you know how it is when you dream. It's quite random, and you kind of forget lots of information. Okay, so, one of the first dreams I've had that I think many people had when they were little or some stage of their life was you being like in a garden or a maze or something, and someone with a sickle or with, I don't know if it's like a guy with a sickle in a few dreams, or like a guy with a sickle and then he turns into a snake and then he chases you and you like in this garden and you're trying to get out. I don't know if many people had that dream. I have a feeling I've heard other people have that. So I think that's pretty common. But that was one of the first dreams I can remember and that haunted me. The second dream is I was also very little and I had a dream of just it being black, like time never stops, and it was just me falling into this darkness, falling, 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 falling. And I never actually thought too much about it. Like, obviously, when I woke up, I was like terrified and was telling my parents, and they were like, yeah, whatever, it's just a dream. But I heard someone read the book of Enoch the other day, and in the book of Enoch, he's like the fake Christians, they burn in like a lake of fire, and then the real bad people, they just like fall into the depths of darkness. Now, I know the book of Enoch isn't in the Bible, um, but I just thought that was quite coincidental, seeing that I also had that dream of just falling, falling, falling without it ever ending. So, yeah, that was pretty scary to me. Then, the next dream I had, I was also quite small, and I was dreaming that it was like almost like a Tarzan and Jane vibe. I was Jane. There wasn't other people around me for, as far as I can remember. And I was bathing in like a nature reserve or, yeah, just bathing outside in nature in like a dryish desert setting. And there were these hippopotami. And then one came to me and bit me at the side of my leg. And I like literally felt how it bit me. It was quite creepy. Um, and then I like woke up, like I cried myself awake, and I rushed to my parents, and they were like, "Yeah, whatever, it's just a dream." But the weird thing is, like, I still felt the pain even when I was awake. And later I found out that I think it's Indians who believe that your birthmark is a sign of how you died, or is a token of how you died in your previous life. So it's like the remains of your previous life. And what's creepy is I have a birthmark at the same spot the hippopotamus. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get so much hate comments for my pronunciation. Bit me. So yeah, that was pretty weird. But right at this moment, I don't believe in past lives. But yeah, it was just a creepy coincidence then. Okay, so the next few dreams are more recent. So the one I had when I feel like I first got saved. So it happened in three parts. So the first part was it was me and my dad rowing down a river in like a canoe, and it looked like a Chinese landscape. I was in China at that stage, and yeah, we were just going with the flow. And then I got to a place, and then Taylor Swift was there, and she was like, "Yeah, you forgot your bikini," and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go back to get my bikini." Um, anyway, so I was like swimming back against the flow of the water, and lots of like truther Christians, conspiracy theorists, as they call them, were in the water, and they were also swimming against the flow. Next part of the dream was like a lineup of different animals, like right before they're getting slaughtered, and I had a feeling these are the Christians, like, and people who doesn't want to succumb to the NWO, if you know what I mean. And yeah, it was just quite terrifying because God says He's going to come and separate the sheep from the goats, if I'm correct. And it was like clear that people dying there wasn't just sheep, it was like all different types of animals, like zebras, maybe like representing people who's like half into it, half not, but haven't accepted Christ yet, but are willing to lose their life just for the sake of not succumbing to the New World Order. So yeah, that was quite an intense dream, and I had a feeling like, okay, I'm gonna either have to make a choice. I was standing next to them, and I was like, okay, I have to make the choice. Am I gonna lose my life, or and follow God, or am I gonna follow the the flow of the river? And that was quite hard because seeing that my dad was kind of in the dream, he was a, a good believer, and he almost became a pastor, but then he got into like ancient aliens on TV, and he all of a sudden changed his whole philosophy, and he's like, yeah, aliens created us, and the God of the Old Testament isn't the same as new, like all of that junk. And I'm like, no, 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 the mind control got to you. Oh my goodness. And yeah, and my mom and my brother, they're not very religious at all, and they weren't in the dream at all, which was quite scary as well. It's like God telling me, listen, you're gonna lose your life, you're gonna lose your friends, you're gonna lose your family, like everything, if you follow me. But somehow I woke up that day and I was like, yes, I'll lose everything, I just want to be with God. And I was like super happy about it. So yeah, I told my parents about it, and my they obviously, I don't think, took any note of it. They were just like, okay, that's cute, go on with their lives. So yeah, what can you do? And then another dream I had was like the beginning of lockdown in the Western countries. Is I was having a dream, and I was like thinking, how can I escape this new world order? Because I heard of um, Gates's vaccine, and the luciferase he needs to inject into the vaccine, and all of those stuff. And I was just really feeling very unsettled about it. So I was just dreaming, and I had this dream that me and like a few of my friends were all working for him, building his kind of empire in my little community where I live. And that was pretty creepy to me. I'm not I'm not employed by Gates as far as I'm concerned, but you never know. So I don't know if that's the solution, if that's the problem, if the whole world's like kind of working for money, and money's kind of the evil thing. That I have no idea what that means. If you have any idea, please let me know. So the final dream I had was quite scary. As you might know, I have a feeling we are in the revelation time, and at the end time, so to speak. And so many people are having dreams of Jesus' return, and he's coming and the rapture, and um, I never had that. I like felt like I'm just not going to be counted in, um, because I had a dream of my neck perhaps being cut off. I felt like, yeah, I'm not gonna have that. Like everyone else is just gonna float up to heaven, and I'm gonna be like stuck on earth, losing my life. Um, but I had this other dream, which is quite scary because so many people also had this. But just to preface this, be completely honest, I did watch other people's testimony of um, a big thing, like a burning mountain or um, something coming down on earth. So I was scared of that, and I was just like hoping, please, 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 um, don't let that happen to me, or please let that not be true, or something like that. But I had a dream. It was like a stormy, dark night. Like this, it was quite dark. And a Jewish family of ours were having dinner with us, and all of a sudden, I knew this fiery, huge meteorite was going to crash into Earth and kill a third of the Earth. And I was like trying to yell at them, telling them, please accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior before it's too late. It's going to crash and you're not going to have a chance and you're going to burn in like forever. And I was just so like hysterical. And yeah, I can't remember. I don't think they did anything in the dream. But I was just like so anxious about it, and I was so angry at myself for waiting so long before I could tell them. But I felt like if they don't take my advice now, when else would they? So I was like very anxious about it, and I woke up super 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 anxious. And ever since that, um, I just found more and more evidence, kind of showing it might happen, even in the Bible. So yeah, that was very scary. Then the other dream I had, then it was like not the night after that dream, the night after that night. I was just thinking, please, if there's anything that you can give me that just can help me calm me down, because I was still anxious about that dream. It wasn't like, oh, thank goodness it was a dream and then go on with my life. It was like, no, no, that dream. Um, if you've ever had a dream from God, it's kind of like, you know, you know when it's just a dream and when it's from God. But so I was not feeling very good. Then I had a dream of, I was like super terrified. I was thinking the meteorite's gonna crash in our house or in our community right now, and I was just like sleeping with my Bible. So I woke up and I was just reading Bible and I was trying to drift off back to sleep, and then I had this a little sleep, and that little sleep was where I dreamt a dove, a grey dove, or pigeon, perhaps is a better description, came from my brother's side of the house, and then it looked so beautiful. It was flying, and then crashed into the pillar between my room and my parents' room, and then two white doves came flying out of it, and then it flew away. So I had no idea what that's supposed to mean. Um, I could speculate, but yeah, I would love to hear your guys' opinion. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe and leave any interesting insights or dreams you've had about my dreams or about your own dreams below. I would love to read them, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.